You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station. The time now, bang on 8 o'clock, time for another hour of the great music that came out in the 1960s with the 60s Nostalgia Show. The 60s Nostalgia Show is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. These guys will contract out electrical work, whether that be private or commercial, and also they are experts around the dairy shed, and as I said, carving is looming closer and closer. So if there are things you need to do around the dairy shed, give Jim or the other guys a ring at Cotter and Stevens, and they'll be around to help you out, whether that be anything to do with your milking plant, your cooling, or the old effluent. Right, nothing really planned for the show tonight. I've got a request to play, and otherwise I'll just have a little pick at what I've brought down. Just playing in the background at the moment is Horst Jankowski and his song called A Walk in the Black Forest. And one of the great things about the 60s music is that often it reminds you of different things, and this particular song always reminds me of one of the regional television shows that went on after the news in the 1960s. And living in Auckland, it was a show called Town and Around, which was hosted by a guy called Keith Bracey.
Get away where your worries won't find you. If you like, well, I'll tell you more. Don't let the day get the better of you. When the evening comes, there's so much to do. You better put on your best and wear a smile. Just come along with me a while, 'cause I tell you, I know a place where the music is fine and the lights are always low. Then you go downstairs to some tables and chairs. Soon I'm sure you'll be tapping your feet, because the beat is the greatest there. All around there are girls and boys. It's a swinging place, a cellar full of noise. It's got an atmosphere of its own somehow. You gotta come along right now, 'cause I tell you, I know a place where the music is fine and the lights are always low. I know a place where we can go.
Opening up the show tonight there, Petula Clark, and a song called I Know a Place. It was a follow-up hit to Downtown, and she had a whole string of hits, mostly written by Tony Hatch, and she was one classy singer. All right, next up, Di's actually asked for a Beatles song. I left it up to me to make a choice, so I thought we'd play an early one, song called From Me to You.
If there's anything that you want, if there's anything I can do, just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you. I got everything that you want, like a heart that's oh so true. Just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you. I got arms that long to hold you and keep you by my side. I got lips that long to kiss you and keep you satisfied. If there's anything that you want, if there's anything I can do, just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you. From me to you, just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you. I got arms that long to hold you and keep you by my side. I got lips that long to kiss you and keep you satisfied. If there's anything that you want, if there's anything I can do, just call on me and I'll send it along with love from me to you, to you, to you, to you.
Well, you'd have to say that some of those early Beatles songs, it didn't last all that long. That one was a smidgen under 2 minutes long, but a great track as well. Right, next up we've got Connie Francis from early in the 1960s, a song called Everybody's Somebody's Fool.
The tears I cried for you could fill an ocean, but you don't care how many tears I cried. And though you only leave me out and hurt me, I couldn't
The Crystals there, and He's a Rebel from 1961. A couple of interesting things around that track. It was actually written by Gene Pitney and produced, obviously, by Phil Spector, and it was actually recorded by a number of studio vocalists. The Crystals as a group didn't exist at that time, and he got these studio musicians to record the song. When it became a hit, he had to frantically dig around and find three ladies to become the Crystals so they could tour and make Phil more money. I think we'll have another Beatles track, and this one needs no introduction.
Look at all the lonely people. Look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where a wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Father Mackenzie, writing the words of a sermon that no one will hear. No one comes near, look at him working, darning his socks in the night when there's nobody there. What does he care? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Eleanor Rigby died in the church and was buried along with her name. Nobody came, Father Mackenzie, wiping the dirt from his hands as he walks from the grave. No one was saved, all the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong?
The Box Tops there and Cry Like a Baby, bringing the time to 19 minutes after 8 o'clock here on Arrow FM, your local community access radio station. And you're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical maestros down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. Right, next up we've got some Dylan.
Say you are my friend. When I was down, you just stood there grinning. You got a lot of nerve to say you got a helping hand to lend. You just want to be on the side that's winning. Let you down, you know it's not like that. If you're so hurt, why then don't you show it? You say you've lost your faith, but that's not where it's at. You have no faith to lose, and you know it. You talk behind my back. I used to be among the crowd you're in with. Do you take me for such a fool to think I'd make contact with the one who tries to hide what it don't know to begin with? The street, you always act surprised. You say, how are you? Good luck, but you don't mean it. When you know as well as me, you'd rather see me paralyzed. Why don't you just come out once and scream it? That good when I see the heartbreaks you embrace. If I was a master thief, perhaps I'd rob them. And though I know you're dissatisfied with your position and your place, don't you understand? It's not my problem. Just one time you could stand inside my shoes, and just for that one moment I could be you. Yes, I wish that for just one time you could stand inside my shoes. You'd know what a drag it is to see you.
Bob Dylan there and positively 4th Street. Right, next up the Mamas and the Papas and I Saw Her Again. The Shirelles there, and Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? That was a early song written by Carole King and Jerry Goffin. Brought the time to 29 and a half minutes after 8 o'clock here on Arrow FM, and I think we'll play the next one for John and Raywin over in Chester, no doubt basking in the northern hemisphere sunshine at the moment while we suffer from the southern hemisphere winter.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of a storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of love. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, for your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone.
Beautiful song there by Jerry and the Pacemakers, You'll Never Walk Alone. Of course, the anthem of the Liverpool soccer team or football team, and it was a song that was written by Rodgers and Hammerstein for one of their musicals in the 1950s. Next up, we've got the Byrds and Wasn't Born to Follow.
So I'd rather go and journey where the diamond crescent's glowing and run across the valley beneath the sacred mountain and wander through the forest where the trees have leaves of prisms and break the light in colors that no one knows the names of. When it's time, I'll go and wait beside a legendary fountain till I see your form reflected in its clear and jeweled waters. And if you think I'm ready, you may lead me to the chasm where the rivers of our vision flow into one another. beg, she may plead, she may argue with her logic and mention all the things I lose that really have no value. In the end she will surely know I wasn't born to follow.
Dusty Springfield there and Stay a While. Right, next up we've got Johnny Kidd and the Pirates, and they're shaking all over.
When you move in right up close to me, that's when I get the shakes all over me. Quivers down the backbone, I got the shakes down the knee bone. Yeah, the tremors in the thigh bone, shaking all over. Just the way that you say goodnight to me brings that feeling on inside of me. Quivers down the backbone, I've got the shivers down the thigh bone. Yeah, the tremors in my backbone, shaking all over. Quivers down the backbone, yeah, the shakes in the knee bone. I got the tremors in the thigh bone, shaking all over. Well, you make me shake it and I like it, baby. Well, you make me shake it and I like it, baby. Well, I'm shaking.
Johnny Kidd and the Pirates there and shaking all over, and that was a a very popular band in the UK just prior to the Beatles, and Johnny Kidd unfortunately was killed in a car accident. John's sent me a text and said, yeah, You Never Walk Alone is a livable anthem, and he also said that the sun was shining, so I wish I was in Chester.
It's alright. I'm gonna wake you up early 'cause I'm gonna take a ride with you. We're going down to the Honda shop, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Put on a ragged sweatshirt, I'll take you anywhere you want me to. First gear, it's alright. Second gear, a lean right. Third gear, hang on tight. Faster, it's alright. It's not a big motorcycle, just a groovy little motorbike. It's more fun than a barrel of monkeys, that two-wheel bike. We'll ride on out of the town to any place I know you'll like. First gear, it's alright. Second gear, a lean right. Third gear, hang on tight. Faster, it's alright. It climbs the hills like a mattress 'cause my Honda's built really light. But when I go into the turns and I hang on tight, I better turn on the lights so we can ride my Honda tonight. First gear, it's alright. Second gear, a lean right. Third gear, hang on tight. Faster, it's alright. First gear, it's alright. Second gear, a lean right. Third gear, hang on tight. Faster, it's alright. First gear, it's alright. Second gear, a lean right. Third gear, hang on tight.
The Hondels there and Little Honda, bringing the time to 18 and a half minutes to 9 o'clock here on Arrow FM, and you're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by the great people down at Jellicoe Street in Martinborough, Cotter and Stevens. All right, next up we've got a track, and I think, if I remember rightly, it's Len Barry and 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
One, two, three. Oh, that's how elementary it's gonna be. Come on, let's fall in love. It's easy, like taking candy from a baby. ABC, falling in love with you was easy for me, and you can do it too. It's easy, like taking candy from a baby. Baby, there's nothing hard about love. Basically, it's as easy as pie. The hard part is living without love. Without your love, baby, I would die. 1, 2, 3. It's easy, like taking candy from a baby. Hey, 1 and 1 are 2. I know you love me, and oh, how I love you. Don't try to fight it, 'cause it's easy, like taking candy from a baby.
games people play now, every night and every day now, never meaning what they say now, and never saying what they mean, while they while away the hours in their ivory towers, till they covered up with flowers in the back of a black limousine. Whoa, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, talking about you and me and the games people play now. Whoa, we make one another cry, break a heart and we say goodbye, cross our hearts and we hope to die that the other was to blame. Whoa, but neither one will ever give in. So we gaze underneath pretend, thinking about the things that might have been, and it's a dirty rotten shame. Whoa, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, talking about you and me and the game people play now. Oh yeah, oh yeah, come on, come on. Now look here, people walking up to you, singing glory hallelujah, and they try to sock it to you in the name of the Lord. They're gonna teach you how to meditate, read your horoscope, cheat your fate, and furthermore to hell with hate. Come on, get on board. Whoa, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, talking about you and me, the games people play. Now wait a minute, look around, tell me what you see. What's happening to you and me? God grant me the serenity to just remember who I am. Oh, cause you're giving up your sanity for your pride and your vanity. Turn your back on humanity. Oh, and you don't give a la da 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 da, la da 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 da. I keep on talking about you and me, brother, and the game people play now. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. I'm talking about you and me, oh, and the games people play. I wonder, can you come out and play? Oh, in the morning.
From 1968 there, Joe South and the games people play, and it was a huge hit for him. Song he wrote. He also wrote a whole lot of other very successful songs over a long career. Right, next up we've got, if I put it on to the right track with a bit of luck, we've got Classics 4 and Spooky.
Like to go with me and see a movie. First you say no, you got some plans for the night, and then you stop and say, alright, love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you.
From 1968 there, Classics 4 and Spooky. Right, next up we might dedicate this one to the boss, the station manager Michael Wilson, because he's a great fan of the Small Faces, and particularly a great fan of their singer Steve Marriott, who was probably one of the more underrated singers from the 1960s. And the song I'm going to play was their first real big hit, the song called Sha-La La La Lee. Five and a half minutes to 9 o'clock. Time to sneak in one last song, and we'll play, I think, Bobby's Girl, the version, the English version by Susan Bourne.
What a faithful, thankful girl I'd be.
Susan Morn there, and the English version of Bobby's Girl, a big hit for her in the UK, and it was a cover version of a big hit that was put out in the States by Marcy Blaine. That brought to a close another edition of the 60s Nostalgia Show, which was kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough, and first broadcast all over the wonderful Wairarapa on Arrow FM 92.7.